out day in, day out to prophesy the downfall and destruction of America, also known as Babylon the Great, according to the Holy Scriptures. Before we get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Ruler, Solomon, Makasala, Makira. Peace and mercy to the elect, to your brothers from the Genesis Cleveland Church, back in the spirit. Prophesy the downfall and destruction in this place. Wisdom in the day. The world is changing. For the Lord, like Yahweh Shai, we praise the Lord for that. So we're gonna go ahead through the spirit and get a couple articles, some precepts, Lord willing is edifying. You got it.
It's an article from Reuters.com. It says India to roll out biometric authentication for instant digital payments from Wednesday, so to say. It says in Mumbai, October 7th, India will allow users to make payments made through popular domestic payments network, the Unified Payments Interface, using facial recognition and fingerprints starting October 8th. Three sources directly familiar with the matter said on Tuesday, authentications will be done using biometric data stored under the government of India's unique identification system, and Aadhaar, one of the sources said.
Right. So, as you can see, all right, the world is changing, man. All right, quickly. The prophecies are coming to pass right before our very eyes. All right, the book, the scriptures, the Bible is living, man. Its prophecies are happening in real time as we read them. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? This is the plans of the Heavenly Father right here, man. Okay? Scriptures talk about how you know what I'm saying, going into the kingdom is like fire on one side and water on the other side, man. All right, and you can't go no other way but through it. All right, so we're facing the desperate violence as the great city of Babylon should be taken down, man. So we're entering into some very hard times. All right, Jacob's trouble is everybody's trouble. All right, and we just gotta prepare our minds for the shit that's about to go down, man, because Yahushua said the servant's not greater than the master. All right, and he had to go through some shit, all right, to receive his position. All right, so we're no different. All right, so yeah, man, but the Lord gonna give us the spirit to endure these hard times, man. We're gonna need that number. Get that scripture.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right, and what's that hour of temptation? The chip, man. Okay, that's that great hour of temptation, which will come upon, because Esau, he said he wants to have the whole world chip. That chip will have all your data on it, man. That chip is going to be the pumping heart of the new world order, man. Okay, because like I said, it's a data thing, man. All right, he's gonna know everything about everybody with that chip. He will have everything surveillance through that chip, man. Okay, you gonna say something?
Yeah, but that's why you got the three Greek translations for the word mark in Revelation 13 chapter. One of them is grapho. It means to write. So that's where all your identification, your medical records, your license, you know what I'm saying, your fishing license, you know what I'm saying, your credits, you know what I'm saying, your monthly universal basic income, you know what I'm saying, your social credit score, all that shit gonna be written on there, on the chip, so they could just, it's like doing the pandemic, the Crown Royal 19, it was scanning niggas' heads and shit, man, with the thing, man. You know? So you got it.
Yeah, so that was the things that was happening in India. They transferred to a digital system.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, because we bring it out all the time. So it's a so-called white man, and he's known to do something called gradualism, where he don't just push it on you all at once. That's why you see it started with UK,
Yeah.
and then it transitioned here, then it transitioned there. Before you know it, it's gonna be the whole world.
That's right. There you go.
This is image of the AI overview. It says, yes, Mexico has made a mandatory biometric identification system for its citizens and residents.
That's why it's called the New World Order. Because it's a whole world thing. These nations act like they at odds, but really, you feel me? They all join hand in hand to feel the will of Yahweh Bashir, Yahweh Shah. Because this Yahweh Bashir, Yahweh Shah's seed him, not Esau.
Right. It says, Mexico has made a mandatory biometric identification system for its citizens and residents using the Unique Population Registry Code, or CURP. The updated CURP now includes biometric data like fingerprints, eye scans, photos, and it will become the mandatory single source of identity.
Keyword mandatory, go ahead.
It will become the mandatory single source of identity.
Which mandatory means required by law. That's what the word mandatory means. So it's going. That's why it says, you know what I'm saying, which you have prescribed, if you paraphrase it. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna pass laws and legislations to make it against the law if you don't do it.
It says it will become the mandatory single source of identity for accessing public and private services, with nationwide implementation expected by February 2026.
Yeah, they started that in July. It was one of the first countries to implement it. Mexico was.
It said the single source of identity, so there will be no other source of your identification besides that, what they call the CURP, you know, which is pretty much a biometric registry code. You know, they also got something called the blockchain, which is pretty much the same thing. You know, it's a
Yeah, because really that's just a UPC, Universal Product Code. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? For every piece, every you loyal, every you fucking cattle. That's what you people are to the Bengals, to the Amalekites, to the JOOs. You're just like cattle.
Yeah, you know, yeah, man, the Great Reset, Jason Panos, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching an interview with that guy, General Salente, and he said a quote. I don't know if it's a quote or
He
his
said
quote.
Gerald Salente. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gerald Salente. That's what I'm saying. His name wrong. But anyway, he said the quote. I don't know if he made that up or he got it from some different source. But he said, "We're going from dirty cash to digital trash, man. Okay, because that's what this is, man. They keep politicians, they keep putting it out there like everybody wants this digital system, but they don't, man. You know what I'm saying? That's part of this witchcraft. All right, you say something long enough, people start to believe it. You know what I'm saying? So that's his lies that he's spewing out there, man. Okay, get that Revelations, big eye.
Revelation 14:9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, and pour it out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels, and the presence of the Lamb.
Right, so that's the reward if you take that chip, man. All right, and we're coming down to the wire, man. All right, we're in the stages of the final prophecies happening. All right, and this place about to get ready to go smoke, man. Before all that, the main finale, or the grand finale, should I say, we're gonna have all this chaotic environment, all right, happening, okay, because like I said, it's part of the prophecies, man. All right, and you people are not ready for it. We are in day 17 of the shutdown happening, all right, and they said November 1st that the SNAP is going to run out, man. They said the government is going to completely run out, all right, funding the SNAP program, man. And then you have all these the regular common people. They're saying, like, listen, we need that to keep going, or we got to get some money somehow, some way. And Esau saying this, all right, because he going to those rallies and those town hall meetings and saying, listen, we need money for keep healthcare going. We need money for the SNAP, all right. the essential things, all right, that American people, need to keep, functioning, basically, man. Because the foreign loans are happening, and it's a whole bunch of madness, man. But you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the money, the money to keep going for all those things, man. Okay. Damn, I was about to say something else. Like, Go ahead.
The shutdown is pretty much the government is shut down, but they can't come to an agreement between the Democrats and Republicans on the spending budget for the year 2026, and so therefore, certain welfare organizations take a hit because the government can't compromise. They can't settle on a compromisation in regards to the budget, But ultimately, it all boils down to recipients, being affected, and the taxpayers, okay, because they're the ones that fund all of these different organizations. So, like the elder Kamati was mentioning, if they don't reach a resolution soon, it's in lieu of being canceled and/or not having enough to support. Same with the housing, CHA, what was that? Over there for 93rd and Kinsman. CMHA, them niggas was saying that pretty much, asking landlords not to raise rent for the following year because they have more people applying than what they can cover, and so, housing is being affected, okay, your food is being affected, and war's on the horizon, man. All the things that the prophet said will be taking place in these last days. Go ahead.
And one thing too, if I may add, is that a big stopping point is that the Republicans are they're paying high for these programs. People are going and actually people are abusing the system, which is costing them more money. They're actually kicking you out of centers and waiting, putting you on a waiting list and those government assistance because people are using it as a crutch. That's why I say what it was trust in Egypt, because people are abusing and manipulating the system, staying on these programs as a way of living instead of a stepping stone, and it's creating a big ass a deficit, a burden on the pockets of the people who are paying for it.
Yeah, right. Cause that's what I think that's what Trump was trying to argue or whatever. Because he said, I don't think they basically gonna come to an agreement. Because I think the Democratic side wanted like 1.7 trillion in aid. He like, bro, we had never come to that agreement. Like 1 trillion, we can never give you 1 trillion to continue these programs.
But they can send the small hats.
you just refresh my memory down. Good.
Right. But they can send them niggas money every motherfucking however many times out of the year. I don't know the exact number.
Even during the shutdown.
These motherfuckers
Right.
welfare state. You niggas send and funnel all that motherfucking money into these niggas. Because the elder Malcolm, when he was going into the lesson about that shit, about how they be giving them money and shit for their children and set up a bank account and get a deposit to their money every time they have a child. The motherfucking small hats over there in the city, in the Holy Land, and put a fucking thing in there till they 18 years old. They deposit money into the fucking bastards account for when they born. They give them a certain lump sum, and then every month till they motherfucking or either every month or every year till they 18 years old, they deposit money into there so they can take it and then create generational wealth with it. Like reinvest it, start a business, so on and so forth, man.
Well,
Motherfuckers, man.
to add on to you, like that insult to injury, when the migrants is flooding in the country, they give them welfare, they give them housing,
Yeah.
okay, they gave them Medicaid, Medicaid, Medicare, and all that stuff like that, and they just somehow spontaneously came with the money for that shit, man. And then just recently, I just found out that we just gave $40 billion to Argentina, man. So what the fuck is this whole about we don't have the money, to keep the government going and shit like that. These niggas are straight cap, man. All right, and they just dogging, they raw dogging you Americans, man. They spitting you all in your face, man. All right, for you to go on live television talking about we ain't got the money for this, but you dishing out money each and everywhere throughout the world, man. Okay, that you ain't taking care of the people. So, man, this place is about to get ready to flip, man. You about to say something?
Yeah, if I can add too, I just asked the chat. I said, how much money do the Americans send to Israel annually. It said the United States provides military aid to Israel on an annual basis, with the most recent commitment being $3.8 billion per year.
Right.
Yes, that's
Probably getting more.
Man, it says
Like,
No, I asked the same thing, and it said in the last 4 years, a total of 24 to 25 billion.
you said 24 to what?
24 to 25 billion within the last
so that's
4
about
years.
$5 billion
$5.7
a motherfucking year.
I think it's still more than that.
Yeah, of course.
I heard 38.
Damn. Shit.
Oh, second and 16, 22. Get that real quick.
This is 2 Corinthians 16, verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Right, because like I said, November 1st, okay, that's many, like you, Jason, especially you Edomites. All right, they're gonna cut them stamps off, man. Okay, and they said like 7% of the American population they depend upon that. And then you got the food banks and stuff like that. They running dry. All right, because we're such a deficit. All right, we can't afford to do nothing right now. So shit's about to be at a complete standstill, man, in this country. All right, and people see the writing on the wall, basically. All right, and they ready to take up arms and do something about it, especially these damn Edomites, man. They feeling the sting like a motherfucker, man. All right, and we saw videos of Jake Woman, mainly Jake Woman flipping out. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just all types of things about people about to be triggered to go to that next level, man. Okay, because they only could take so much. It was the shutdown what happened, and now this is further pushing them overboard, man. All right, and then not to mention the terrorists, they really about to start kicking in. They saying by the end of this year, man. All right, well before the end of this year. Okay, so we was paying X amount for high price groceries. Now we're about to stack that shit, man. Okay, we're about to double down with your, brothers always saying, I'll raise you.
I see your ace.
Yeah, man. It's so, yeah, man. That second ledger 15, 16 is definitely about to be fulfilled, man. All right.
I got a quick.
Hey, so, in fact, somebody get get yours. But somebody get Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. All right. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 42:9. It says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them. And that's what men of the Lord are here to do. Like how we going into the things that are happening right now about the government shutdown. You know what I'm saying? About the people that are pretty much in uproars, the cost of living. These corrupt politicians, so forth and so on. But it says, behold, the former things that come to pass. Was the former things, the prophecies that already took place, the things that the Lord spoke about through his men. All right, it says, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you what, the new things that we declare is what the prophecies that have not taken place, and we let you know, like, look, this is gonna take place because of what the Lord said. You know what I'm saying?
In fact, before I get this real quick, get Revelations 2 and 10. And I want you to get that go ahead.
Revelations 2 and 10. Say, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life.
Right. So it's coming to us that time, man. Okay. I just saw a video how ICE agents or troops, period, National Guard. It was a Latin tribe over there in Portland, or like you said, Oregon. Yeah, Oregon, whatever. Yeah. They bust in the fucking door, and it was children and the wife and the men. All right, they do bust through the fucking door. I mean, I'm talking about the door and door and all the hinges and all that shit like that. That's also a script talk about it. They should be like madman spirit or nothing, man. That's a fucking insane, man. It's a lunatic to just bust through the fucking door like that. All right, but anyway, they're gonna take you people and put you in them camps, man. Okay, and they gonna chip you, man. Like you branding your livestock and shit like that. That's how they gonna treat you people, man. Oh yeah, and that's I was just watching the Gladiator 2,
Yeah.
and the part where they started branding the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As they got them up in the kingdoms. Yeah, that shit is old, man.
But that goes back to, if I could add, that goes back to the stigma. When we go to 666 chi psi stigma, the word stigma is stigmata, which means like a physical brand or a prick. Yeah, you know, because what is that? Galatians 6. The Apostle Paul said, "I bear in my body the marks of Yahweh Shai." You go to the word marks. The word is stigma, and it goes into how the Romans would brand their slaves with the physical mark.
Yeah, this shit.
Esau was always with that spirit of like ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Like you slaves belong to me, like y'all mentioned about the Gladiator movie, and they even showed that in the first one. You know, first Gladiator when Maximus, they captured Maximus, and then he linked up with that Jake that was portraying the Hamite, that was branding him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The girls want to say something?
Revelation 13, verse 11. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, because it's like Esau is using this Democrat versus Republican thing, and we can't come to an agreement. But what is the effects of that? It's the oppression of your tribes. They using these two horns. That's the two horns like a lamb. The Democratic and Republican Party, which is an illusion of choice, and they're using the fact that we can't come to an agreement, so now we got to cut different aid and this and that, but it's affecting you tribes. You see, meanwhile, the only people that's being deported is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Man, you don't see the East Indian immigrants being deported, or the Arab immigrants being deported, or the fucking Hamite immigrants, or the Chinese. No, none of these other nations is being deported. It's only you being deported, which shows you that you're the target. That's him speaking as a dragon, man. You know,
Get the
Revelation 20:4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High God, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Mashiach Yahweh Shai 1,000 years.
All right, so let's break it down, man. All right, they beheaded, man. Some of the elects gonna have to be beheaded, all right, for not taking the chip. So that's part of our temptation right there, man. Okay, that's what's coming, man. So you gotta have your mind prepped for that, man. It's possibly you might die, man. You know what I'm saying? For the gospel's sake. But
and they keep talking about the budget. See, it's all about it's the budget, it's the money, it's the money, it's the money. That's why that chip, the charagma is a economic charagma. You know what I'm saying? It's centered around money. That's why the big thing that's holding them up is money. Money. Oh, budget this, budget that. That CHIP is gonna be the solution to many problems in the eyes of the people. You see what I'm saying? They setting it all up.
Yeah, they're using it, and it means attracting the immigrants. You know what I'm saying?
That too.
And UK, everywhere. Target say we gotta get control of the citizens, meaning we gotta keep track of them. That's what we're talking about, the branding and everything, because it's too much loose ends.
yeah,
You know, it's just too many loose ends, and we gotta tighten it up. You know what I'm saying? Because we got this. The immigrants is to blame for the economy crashing, and this is to blame. You know,
Yeah, I was thinking earlier too, because they could deport American citizens who use that as a catalyst, like to put, well, now if you take this, then we know for sure because of fake papers.
You know what's funny? This dude, matter of fact, get that I sent you about Trump on Iran. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but I don't have
Oh, you know you call Slack.
No, Picard.
Picard, but
No, I read that one already.
oh, yeah. Okay, real quick. Yeah, because this dude Trump, he said, matter of fact, just read it. Go ahead.
January 18, 2024. As your president, I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency, said former President Donald Trump. Again, this is from last year. former President Donald Trump said that if elected, he would not allow the Federal Reserve to create a digital dollar. In a potential blow to proponents who say such a move will make the payment system more efficient, tonight I am also making another promise to protect Americans from government tyranny. Trump said Wednesday in New Hampshire before the state's primary election next week. As your president, I will never allow the creation of a digital bank.
Right. So he said that, and then on the other hand, he said this. Trump said, he called the genius bill pure genius, and he said it will make us undisputed leader of digital assets. So we got a hypocrite right here, man. Okay, did you go show you how we say?
Double-minded is totally unstable.
There you go. You just hit it on the head, big eye.
And also show you that he don't write shit. He's a fucking public.
But Elon Musk said,
do what the fuck we say, or you gonna be penalized.
that's what Elon Musk son said. Didn't he say something like that? Like,
You're not the president.
yeah,
You're
you're
not
not.
that nigga. You're not the president.
Yeah, you're the bratty ass son.
Yeah.
The nigga name is A.
Well, he's just the commander in chief of the military. We really going to that nigga rank for real. You know what I'm saying?
I always bring out the example of ancient Babylon. Daniel was a president, but he wasn't the top of the food chain. So
Right.
there was 3 presidents in Babylon. Daniel was one of them, but you had Darius.
You had Darius, then you had Belshazzar. His name simply, I always get it confused. His name is similar to Daniel's captive name.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Isaiah 36:6. It says, Lo, thou trust in his step, but his brother read on Egypt, and lean will go to his hand. Pierce it, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. Like the brother bringing out, man, Trump is doing all these things, and people are bagging him, man. But the end result is going to be the end of America, all right, and the salvation of Jacob. Because all he's doing is ushering in the rapidness of Yahushua's return. You see, he should not be able to perform his enterprise. Lord got bounties on this damn devil, man. All right, that new world order is not going to come in the way that he's expecting it, man. The new world order ain't going to come with Jake's rule.
Sorry, yeah, good.
Okay. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the pride of spirit.
Right. So we're in this man's society, and at the end of our captivity, man, our prison sentence. Okay. So we're anticipating for this man to go down. He's supposed to, man. Okay. Unlike rescue Jakes, all right, which Lord got Esau turning up on you tribes, man, because you want this place to continue on, man. Okay, which is a slow death. Brothers always talk about how all these barriers that Esau got in place to keep you sick, man. All right, and if you continue on, man, you know what I'm saying? The scripture said, "With no flesh left be safe," man. All right, so we're looking for this place to be brought to his knees. All right, and we're gonna sing praises that this place. Brothers being in them ships, Lord willing, those men, the elect is gonna sing praises that this place is being destroyed, man. Okay, because you can no longer tolerate this place reaches it's spiritual, I'm not spiritual, but it's wickedness peak, man. The peak of its wickedness. You know what I'm saying? What have you held? You call? Or what have you held? Something?
Niggas wanted to be like the movie with Johnny. What's that name on Johnny Depp?
Oh,
You get transcended.
Yeah.
You want to upload your consciousness to the fucking web, and then you just live like that, like
That's madness.
bro. You ain't never dealing with no woman ever again. Remember he was trying to deal with his bitch?
Yeah,
I mean, he was on some creepy shit.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, how you gonna hit her? You don't got no rod. You don't got nobody. Like,
Bro, you get
this shit crazy, bro.
He really bugged out. That
That
nigga
nigga's a
fired.
berserker.
It's Hebrews 12:2.
looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith,
He finished the work. Go ahead.
who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High.
Those is our temptation. Brother about to go into our temptation. Elect what?
Say, for consider him that endured such a contradiction of sinners against himself, lest you be wearied and faint in your minds.
Stop at the fourth verse.
Ye have not yet resist unto blood, striving against sin.
Right? Yahushua, he resists unto blood. That's him going on the cross. We have not resisted unto blood yet, man. So that's what our faith is truly going to be tested, man. Okay? When Esau presents us with death. All right? Are you going to still hold the Lord down? Are you still going to trust in the Lord to do what he said he's going to do? You know what I'm saying? That is the real test. That's the final test. All right? And the Lord is already going to give you the spirit to do that if you're part of the elect, man. So it really ain't shit. It really is just an experience thing. Lord wants you to go through the experience. All right? Because the same way Lord got brothers, the spirit on brothers to prophesy. All right? The same way the Lord gonna have the spirit on you to resist that chip in that day, man. Okay? So yeah, man, we looking forward to this place, man, to come to this end, man. All right, and fuck this place, man. Basically, so we tired of this shit. All right, and it just gotta go, man. Here, go ahead.
Was you done before?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, Con, I just got a quick one going to what you're talking about. But this is concerning, during the time of Daniel, it was making that transition from the Babylonian Empire to the Medo-Persian Empire. But nonetheless, like the point still stands. So I'm just reading. I'm gonna break it down. This is Daniel 5, and I started. Daniel 5 and 24. It says, then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written, and this is the writing that was Mene Tekel Upharsin. This is the interpretation of the thing. Mene, Yahweh have numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, thou art weighed in the balances and are found wanting. Right? And now same way how the Lord numbered the Babylonian kingdom, which was ruled by Nebuchadnezzar, or also known as Nebuchadnezzar. Right, the same way the Lord numbered that kingdom, right, given it over into the hands of the Medes, the Persians. It's the same thing that the Lord gonna do with this kingdom. He have numbered this kingdom, meaning he have given it an expiration date to where it's gonna eventually be destroyed, and then it's gonna be translated and given over into Yahweh Shema Shah, which is also gonna be established. Going to the establishment of the kingdom of heaven.
If I'm gonna say real quick, in 2026 is going to mark that 250 year of America being ruled as an empire.
Yep. Semi-quincentennial.
Yeah, we know that empire has no more than 250 span of ruling.
Yeah.
So, and then Apostle Tahar himself, he had dreams of the digital system being put into place. He keeps saying, like, I see in 2026 they really gonna push that digital shit. We see they doing it right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because remember Esau, he's behind really on his agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This nigga really, when you rather than reading articles and doing the videos for years now, Esau really wanted to bend through this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just the nigga, he keep getting, the Lord's basically like having him help me out. He hindering them. Yeah, no, he really hindering. That's another good word too, Quan. When you look at the definition of pussyfooting, it goes to what we're saying. But the Lord is hindering him from actually doing what he said to do. He's hardening his heart, like unto Pharaoh. All right, but nonetheless, Esau really wanted to bend through all this shit. That nigga had the MOTB technology back in the fucking 90s.
In the 60s.
In the 60s, actually in the 60s, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He talking about how China is more advanced than us. You know what I'm saying? They already got the whole digital society mapped out. They already got it going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
had to build it. They had to build the infrastructure. in order to support the digital system that they want to implement. So that's really what they was. That's how you had the Crown War, where everybody stayed in the house. They was putting up the towers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we had to build the infrastructure. That's what took a little minute.
Oh.
Now the infrastructure in place. They had it with the facial recognition, with the social distancing, 6 feet, 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 years. You know what I'm saying? They putting that shit out there in front of you, you guys. You know, so now that they infrastructure in place, now it's time for them to act. Basically, to hit the switch to implement that shit.
Another thing was stopping them was the American people themselves, because this is not the same as any dictatorship country. The Congress and Senate was supposed to serve the people, all right? And the people looked at how the government was moving, like they're doing right now. They gonna critique them. You know what I'm saying? Saying, no, what you're doing is not right. You are placing yourself above the U.S. Constitution, which is our rights. All right, and we not having it. All right, so Esau or the other nations, they was able to move with they totalitarian ideas, you know, the New World Order shit. But the U.S. couldn't move in the same motion because we're based on freedom, liberty, and all that other garbage forefathers pushed to people, man.
Yeah, constitutional rights.
Yep.
Well, that's what you're going back to the quincentennial. I just heard a brother mention that. 250th anniversary of the inception of America when they became one. You know, a HUD. You know what I'm saying? When they formed the United States of America from the original 13 British colonies. You know, it was a point where I said that. Go read something. Read the precept.
I just want to finish it off. And then also just to make the correction, Dom Guy, he had mentioned it earlier. He had mentioned it to us, but yeah, it was Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar, Belshazzar, and then Daniel. You know what I'm saying? Because he said when he told me read Daniel 5:29, he said when Belshazzar said he's gonna make Daniel the third ruler.
Yep.
When you go into the history of it, Nebuchadnezzar had went off. Right, and then he had basically made Belshazzar it's called a co-region. You know what I'm saying? So he pretty much had him like, all right, like you hold it down while I go over here. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he told him he's gonna make him third. So I just want to make that correction. Anyway, we finish it out. It's Daniel 5:28. It says, Perez, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. They commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet and put a chain of gold about his neck and made a proclamation concerning him that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. So going back to the point, you had you always had a kingdom reach its pinnacle, which is the highest point that's going to reach, and then that's when the Lord pretty much starts to break that kingdom down, you know what I'm saying, and then do away with it.
That's why I mentioned that.
Semi-quincentennial.
You know, with the First Continental Congress, the Second Continental Congress, Boston Tea Party, going into the history of that shit. The Coercive Acts, the Tolerable Acts, that shit mighty. Because it all ties in with the prophecies and all the scriptures, mighty as fuck for real, though. You know what I'm saying? So, is that,
Yeah, you know, I was just about to add on to you, like, this thing is just real close, man. This whole government shutdown thing, all right, it's got the American people at their wits' end, because here it is, they got to go to work without no fucking pay, man.
Yeah.
And then Trump already said, you're not going to get no back pay. This is going to be the first time in history where people, there's a government shutdown and there's no back pay. All right? Yeah, he said that.
well, he said it depends on who you're talking about.
He said that too.
He said you gotta give the American people the restitution for them. You know, he said it depends on who you're talking about. You know, he said depending on who you're talking about. We're gonna take care of our people.
But
some of them don't deserve to be taken care of. We're gonna take care of them in another way.
That was COVID. So like, let me correct myself here, because the reason why I said it like that, because he said he want to fire those motherfuckers, man. So he won't have to do that. So that was his indirect way of saying that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He want to actually cut more of the workers off. All right, so he won't have to give him that back pay, man.
And either way it go, even if he do that, they just file a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? For like, what you call that shit, wrongful termination. These people just file a lawsuit. That's why the people who didn't take the juicy juice, you know, the people who got fired for that shit, not just average people, you know what I'm saying? They had to be reinstated and they had got paid all the time it was off and shit because they just filed the lawsuit for wrongful termination. You know what I'm saying? So
This shutdown is not. It's having a trickling effect because all those workers that was working, all right, or you know, that's furloughed right now, right? They can no longer pay their rent and make purchases in businesses. So business is gonna suffer, landlords gonna suffer, all right. So that just slashes into the economy with even more, man.
That's where City Hill come in there.
Yeah.
You owe us $12,000 in rent. Take this. We just call it evil.
Yeah, and then they can renege back on that shit. So now that you got the digital currency or the chip, when they get the chip, it's like, oh, you owe us. So they can just take at will, man.
Can you imagine living in a world like that?
Oh my bro, like
Because you know, like say right now, like Jay be having certain debts that they in, but you like, all right, fuck, I ain't gonna pay that because I got it, and you move the money somewhere else. But like if you enter into a society where they just automatically deduct it, you can't do that.
You gonna lose your fucking mind.
You
man.
lose your
Ain't no
mind,
fucking way,
bro.
Ain't no fucking way.
For real, zero balance. Your shit gonna be
Negative.
negative.
It's gonna go on your credit score. Yeah, because like I said, Jay do it all the time. You like, damn, I owe them niggas. But you know what? That's not as important right now. I can pay them later. I'm gonna do this money and I'll pay them first. It's like Jay do that all the time, like musical chairs with Jay. Because Jay ain't got the money to be paying off all these creditors, you know what I'm saying, that they owe. So it's like you imagine living in a society where everybody that you owe that you in debt with, they automatically just take the shit.
Well, even my
could you imagine living in a society where niggas come and repossess your organs?
Yeah, Sleepo Man.
Bro, I love that movie.
I remember you told me I seen it.
I wish you would get like that for niggas here, man. You know what I'm saying? Repossess a nigga lungs or something.
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
Like that shit crazy. Hey, but brothers ain't seen that movie,
Yes,
but check that movie out, bro.
It's a similar movie, like a newer movie on Netflix called Paradise. They got the same concept. Yeah.
But that's why they.
You go ahead, brother.
So like, go ahead.
No, you good.
No, I was just gonna make add on to the elder point, but because that's why they got to do away with the dollar, because that's a loose end.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you can move it. Like I'm under the table.
Yep.
A lot of brothers can't afford to even work inside the Esau system,
Yeah.
so it's a lot of brothers moving under the table.
Yep.
So you cut all that out. Like now I got full control, man.
Yep.
And then now, okay, let's allow the immigrants back in. You want to come back in? You gotta take this chip. You gotta have the identification, the proper identification. You see they turn into flight, working, flight, you know, the whole nine, bro. You know, the ID.
And it's always anti-fascist,
Right.
associated with this shit, man.
That's it.
Just like in the movie Demolition Man, the niggas lived in the sewers, man. Niggas don't survive, bro. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't survive, bro.
Well, he wants to know where you at all times too. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing about these other nations, they going to the airport and TSAs, and like you gotta have that digital ID, man. You hop your ass on a plane, man. Esau need to know where you at, man. Okay, that nigga's on you like that, man. Like Major Payne said, like white on rice. Like who said, like white on rice, like
white on rice, passive.
Passive pay, right? Yeah.
A pepper snowstorm. Pepper paid the snowstorm.
Yeah, pepper snowstorm. That's how Esau gonna be on you, man. All right, and this new world to come, man. All right, and like I said, he's setting it up right for our very eyes, man. And you American people, do you still want this to? You still think it's America now, man? Or you still want to go back to normal? All right, you them glory days of you know what I'm saying, just living reckless like that and shit like this, doing whatever the fuck you want. Okay, that WrestleMania type lifestyle. That's the best way to describe it.
Ross.
Yeah, just do,
Triple H, you son of a bitch.
yeah, just wild like that. Man, those days are over, man. Like Esau got everything lock, stock, and barrel. Get that scripture real quick out there, fast.
Real quick, appreciate
Go good, dog.
it.
Get in there, get in there.
Second Ezra 8:1. And he answered me saying, the Most High made the world for many, but the world to come for few. You know, and right now the world is made for many, man. You got all these nations that are in power, you got the infrastructure. China set the foundation of how we're gonna be ran over here. All right, you got these nations coming together, battling for power and uniting in their BRICS and these other coalitions. All right, it's all a power grab, man. All, right, so all the other nations they're all still ruling together as they did in the ancient world, man. All right, but they're all ruling together at the same time. You know, with Jacob on the bottom, man. All right, for the world to come. Hey, ain't gonna be no whole bunch of nations gathering together, making these decisions to run the world, man. Cause it's gonna be the elect start up with how about me outside.
Yeah, if I had to, big guy, because remember the scripture talking about it says these in Revelation, it says these all gave their power 1 hour with the beast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all these other nations, whether it was by force or willingly, because some of these nations they weren't in agreement with America, but due to the military might that America has, it forced them into making these certain pacts and agreements. But like I said, whether it's willingly or unwillingly, they gave their power unto the beast, meaning whatever America wanted, they was gonna aid in getting that agenda done. That's why you see all them converting over into the new system with the AIs and the, you know what I'm saying, the kiosks, and then ultimately form that into the MOB system.
Well, that's why they had this too. They had the
You got some more on this.
yeah, I got you, big. I was gonna read you real quick. It said the Treaty of Rome is a foundational 1957 agreement that established the EEC, and that was what it was called the European Economic Community, the EU. You know what I'm saying? So why was it called the Treaty of Rome? Because they was under they signed it at Rome too, because they basically took allegiance to the beast, man.
It operates on the same system.
Yeah,
like when you look at how America is run or how it's being ran and operated, everything down to the T when you study the history is being ran off that same system. You know what I'm saying? From everything from the president to the culture, like to the just the whole. That's why I'm talking about the image.
Doing what the fuck you want.
Look, when it said they made an image to the beast, it's talking about the likeness. We look the word up. It mirrors.
Yeah, exactly.
It mirrors the Roman Empire to a T.
Yeah.
Only thing that's really different is just the modern. It's modernized.
Yeah.
When you study Rome, you study America. It's a spit image of its predecessor, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That was basically just that.
No, yeah, bring that back though, big. I you got some more on there.
All right, let me go to number 2.
Yeah.
Second Ezra 8.
Yeah, bring back one though.
Okay, so that's 8:1. And he answered me saying, the Most High have made the world for many, for the world to come for few.
Right, like this is spot on big point he was making. This current world that we live in, everybody gets a hand in it, so to speak. Everybody gets a slice of the pie where they live in some type of way where you got Moab that got rulership and power and governance. You got Ammon, you got Ham, you got Esau, you even got some niggas. You got some Jake that got a foothold in this society. But in the kingdom to come, ain't gonna be none of that. You ain't gonna have Moab sitting at the table, and you know what I'm saying? Like you look at it, when you look at the EU and you look at these summits, you got all these different representatives from these different nationalities. You know what I'm saying? They all got a say-so on what they think should happen. Nigga, in the kingdom ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be Jake. It's gonna be, look, Yahushua, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be whatever Jake wants. And they're gonna be under that rulership of Yahweh Shemashah with the scriptures, man.
You know, compromise.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no like, well, you know, Moab, well, you know, he stand up with his 3-piece suit on. Well, you know, he got his chest poked out. Well, I think, you know, this should happen and we should rule the world and we should be eating this. Like, nigga, you ain't gonna have nothing to say, bro.
The only equality,
you, bro.
The only equality gonna be is white men. It's just another thing too. Like, you women, you were gonna bow the fucking knee before you come for us.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, right.
Our women ain't gonna have no fucking power in the kingdom, man. This whole queen shit, power couple. that shit gonna be thrown out the fucking window. When you come before us, you gonna bow the same way these other niggas gonna bow, man. They said we just gonna beat your ass. We're not gonna beat your ass.
Well, according to the scriptures, a bitch ain't gonna come to me unless I summon her.
Yeah.
You know, feel me? So, a bitch ain't gonna come to me unless I summon that bitch like Queen Dash.
Yeah, for
So
real.
that bitch fast to come up in here. You know what I'm saying? And even with Esther,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm about to-
Because the decree was if you came into the king without him,
Unannounced.
unannounced, for him summoning you, you get your shit chopped off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of, you know,
Spirit.
that's it. That's the type of spirit, and that's masculine, bro.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And that put fear in people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect. You gonna respect something.
Respect my authority.
You gonna respect something.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Hey man, so we pray this is edifying. I want to give all glory and praises to you.
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kadash.
That one to the apostle of the great millstone who was Shalom, Waka, Salam, Waka. Come on, Shalom,
Yeah, Shalom.
Shalom.
You still want the Bible?
Nah, I thought it was